Welcome to Artists, Icons, and Entrepreneurs. Soon to have a new podcast name, but today we're joined by the renowned hairstylist and educator, George, for an inspirational conversation about creativity, mentorship, growth, and the power of never stop learning. So please welcome George.
Well, my daddy taught me a long time that I was born head first and bare butt, just like everybody else. I'm not going to say the way he said it.
Yeah.
And I think that's allowed me to be really relative to anyone. Whether you're new in the industry or whether you're established in the industry, male, female, it doesn't really matter. I just have this great opportunity by joining this community of people that I can meet and talk to different people. And that excites me.
Yeah.
You know, and I was joking one time and I said, I'll go to the opening of an envelope.
Yeah.
Because I always tell everybody, you just got to be present and be there.
Yeah.
And once you do that, it's just going to come so organically, you won't even believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I've had a lot of spokes, if you will, like
Yeah.
editorial work, magazine work,
Yeah.
NAHA work, competition work, which is completely different. Salon, working in a beautiful salon in Tennessee for the
Yeah.
Frank Ambuza and Belinda.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Of course.
And that's when I got introduced to
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
because I was just
Yeah.
off the state.
Yeah.
So, Intercoiffure, just so many opportunities and friends that have just welcomed me and invite me in. And I think that'll happen to anyone as long as you keep an open heart and an open mind. It's really important. And be really kind.
Right. And be
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your approach to multi-dimensional color, can we talk more about the technical side of
Sure.
this? Your hair placement color, what you do. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Sure.
Okay.
As a colorist, I specialized in color in my salons and then in my professional in other salons. I always was just a colorist, and I moved from cutting. You can be doing everything you want, cutting, color, finishing, but you have to hone in on what is your expertise. I loved cutting. I enjoyed it, but I loved the formulation of color and the chemistry, and that motivated me to learn more and more and more. And then that was just my wheelhouse. That's what I love doing. So it was easier for me to move into a colors direction. So with that, what happened was I was teamed up with some of the most amazing people in the industry. Sam Villa, Chris Barron, Philip Wilson, Mary Wilson, Art from Hair, everybody.
Yeah.
Andy, Jesse Marshall, so many people. What influenced me the most about my color application were the designers that I would work with. So traditionally, colorists apply color in one pattern, straight, all the way. Square, I say it's square on round. Why are we putting a square on a round shape? So when I started to work with fundamentals or principles of hair cutting, I realized no one's teaching fundamentals of color. No one's teaching, yes, dimensional color, but directional dimensional color. There's the importance, because that'll allow you to create more visual texture with your color. In other words, we may not have thinning shears or blending shears, but we do have a stitch that we use. And depending on how broad or how narrow in between that stitch is going to determine the visual result. Right?
Right.
So with that, that's my approach. I approach everything like I'm coloring the cut. Where is it going to fall? And there's a term that I use, and I'll get back to you, Sue. It's like you have to work in the round. Meaning you're going to work with the form, the natural form, and the natural fall of the haircut. So that's working in the round to me. So once I started doing that and figuring out, and it just comes to you at the weirdest moments. For me, it was in my kitchen, doing a mannequin.
Yeah.
So it just came to me, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to explore this more. I think people really don't focus on the fundamental in color. We do in formulation and chemistry, all of that. Grams, ounces, whatever, but we don't really in the application. So there's so many variables in cutting, so there should be in color as well.
I'm a firm believer that some of the greatest inventions in the beauty industry have happened in the kitchen, probably after 10 o'clock at night. I really too, I cannot tell you how many people say, well, Sharon Blaine. Okay, of course you were.
That's the story.
Oh, do tell.
I dropped all my pins
Yeah.
here in New York, in Nika Rojo's place.
Yeah.
I dropped all my pins. It was the first segment. They were just going to teach us braids.
Yeah.
So we had 4 sections. I turned around, got my 4 sections. I turned around to get my pins, and I dropped. And I go down on the floor, and I'm like, okay, don't be nervous. Oh, here she comes. And my pins, I'm picking them up. By the time I got up and I looked around the room, everybody had completed the task except.
Yeah.
So she said something to me that I'll never forget. She goes, you know what? You have a lot of tenacity. You're a colorist, and you're coming in here to dress hair. That takes a lot. So I'm going to sit here and help you with some more and give you some insight on what I can do to help you. And I did, and it was an amazing week.
That's what makes a good educator.
Yeah, and so I felt like in the competition work that I'm in, I needed to get back to my grassroots of styling and dressing.
Yeah.
Because when I became a colorist, I kind of handed it off, and that's it. The finishing wasn't there as much, the styling wasn't there as much because it's color, and that goes to the designer. So I felt if I want to do it, I want it the way I want it, I got to learn how to do it.
Yeah. That's fabulous. So much of what you're talking about and the people you're talking about just remind me that so much of success in this industry is who you associate with. And, maybe you're already the best in your salon or one of the top in your city, but that's when you need to push yourself to get out of your comfort zone and go to educations where you not only meet these fabulous educators who, for the most part, are very down-to-earth, sharing, caring people, but the other people you meet in class. And that's where your passion and your inspiration, your love of the industry, and, just listening to you talk about it, it's so apparent that that's
so true,
part of your...
Blaine, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm this far in my career, and I'm going to a class.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm sitting there, and I meet these 2 great girls, and guess what? They were on my team, and we got nominated with that because they flew out down from New York to Atlanta, and we just worked together, and I showed them everything, the vision boards. They were just so naturally talented. I saw it in them. I'm like, I could really work with you. I really want to learn and work with you. And so that's, it happens that way. It's just organic.
Yeah.
Natural.
Well, and that just makes me, I was going to ask you about, where your freedom and influence in your work comes from and what does that mean to you? But really, you've just summed it all up in what you're saying. You've done it, you've surrounded yourself, you apply it. And I love that even though you think of yourself as a colorist, you're looking at the total design, the line, the color, the texture, the finish, what is it going to look
wardrobe, makeup,
all of it. I mean, it's, you have to have the vision. You're not going to get to where you want if you don't know where you want to get. And I love that you've done that.
Thank you. It's been a great journey, let me tell you. But my very first photo shoot, you're not going to believe who it was with. It was with Ginger Boyle.
Oh, I love Ginger.
Ginger Boyle. She did my very first photo shoot. We were on Melrose, and what's the name of the salon? Doyle Wilson.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I remember that.
Go away.
She did this, helped me with this pin set, and I was like, just like that, Rod. She goes, editorial, you just get the pin. And we did it, and when I look at those pictures today, they're timeless.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And when I look at it, I just remember the coaching I got from Ginger. And
fabulous.
So I got set to a really quick path.
Right. Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I just looked for it.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, is that most successful educators, like Sue said, surrounds themselves with people that know more than they know. And that's how you learn. It's a proven fact that you've learned so much along the way. And now you are teaching, you look at a haircut, how it's done, and you do the color based on the haircut. So you're not doing a square, individual shape. You're doing, the head is round. So you're putting your placement of color based on that haircut. And I think it's fabulous.
Absolutely, because everything is there. The fall and, what sections are, how thick you're going to take them. And what you leave out of the foil is just as important as what you put into it.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Wow.
Once you show all of those things to people, they kind of get it. And then it's like, foiling for you will be so much easier, and the time will be spent much more effectively by just understanding that. And then once you get your fundamentals and your principles, you have those rules. Now you just bend them a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't ever break them. You just bend them a little bit.
On what, 5?
Well, I've been lucky to be a finalist 5 times and then a recipient 1 time with team.
Right.
And that was with Beauty Underground. So it was with some of the best hairdressers, from Lisa Vaughn, Charlie Price, Jill Lights, Ruth Roche. I mean, it's everybody volunteering, showing up. The art direction is done by Charlie. The vision boards are sent to us. We all pull together, end up in one location, and all
do it.
on everything. And I could sit there and film Lisa doing an amazing set. And that, and I get it on film. Or I can go over here and watch Charlie remove the wig and just turn it around, or putz around with it a different way. So you get all of these different points of view from everybody. And that's what's exciting. So that's one of the things I did. And that was a true win, because we did get Team of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other ones were just, you never know what you're going to do. Just to be nominated, that's the biggest honor. I'm fortunate enough that I have been on the NAHA committee to understand the judging and the rules, and helping to, kind of update some of them. So NAHA is a North American Hairdresser Awards.
What would you like your legacy to be, George?
I would say to give people what I've been given. I've traveled the world. I've worked in Fashion Week. I've done editorial. I've done movie sets. I've done that. I've done a lot in my career. So it was a gift, and I can't keep this gift. I have to pay it forward, and that will be my legacy. And I would love somebody in the industry, when I'm not around, say, oh my gosh, I learned that, but you know who taught me that? Or you know who showed me that?
Yeah.
Then that's a legacy.
What a truly exciting and inspiring episode that was, George. And thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you for joining the Artists, Icons, and Entrepreneurs, soon to have a new podcast name. So be watching or listening, and please tell us what you would like to hear. Until then, keep learning, stay disciplined, and don't forget to practice your craft, whatever it is. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts from. Thanks again, George.